What's up, guys? It is Friday, November 4th. It's 12:22 p.m. and this is going to be the Rapid Round Fire newsletter for the day. Huge things have just been breaking news announced. So I wanted to do another newsletter, Rapid Round Fire, to end off the week. And then I'll be back on Sunday with kind of a look ahead for the coming week here. So CBDCs could reduce foreign exchange transaction speeds to 10 seconds, the New York Fed says. The New York Fed simulated foreign exchange transactions using a distributed ledger to test for improvements over the current system. Foreign exchange transactions could drop from a 2-day process to less than 10 seconds if a central bank digital currencies were involved, according to an experiment conducted by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The project was called Project Cedar, a research effort led by the New York Fed's New York Innovation Center. Keep in mind, the Bank of International Settlements Innovation Hub is partnered with the New York Innovation Center Innovation Hub. So they're probably working in tandem on this. So tested the speed of foreign exchange transactions using distributed ledgers, finding that in simulated example, they could lower the speeds of transactions with multiple participants and observers. The project intended to research the benefits of wholesale CBDCs. And we already know XRP is designed to be used in a wholesale central bank digital currency environment as an intra-bank neutral bridge asset for settlements. They're same thing, right? That what they tested is what XRP's like use case is and what it has set out to capitalize on for years now. This is years in the making, and we are so close to the grand finale. It's not even funny. Like, this is huge news. Like, they're gearing up, they're getting ready. So if you haven't already, and even in here, when it said how it could make improvements over the current system, that's why we got this free crypto accelerator masterclass on stargate-ventures.com. The link will be in the bio. In it, you're going to learn about the current system and how it works, why it sucks, and the future system and how it's coming sooner than you think. And you're really going to understand where the world is currently at, where the financial system is at. And it's going to give you the macro mindset you need for this coming crypto craze that's literally on the brink of happening. This news is absolutely huge. It's just, at this point, there's so much huge news every day that it's starting to become like numb when you see these things. But like for years now, this has been speculated on. It's been, people were digging in to find the connections, and now we're just getting full out public announcements, them laying out the game plan here. So if you know, and we know. So Stargate's Crypto Masterclass Accelerator, stay ahead of the game when it comes to the crypto market. Find out a glimpse of what's about to come in the near future and how you can navigate it successfully. Access the 13 fundamental videos preparing you for a macro mindset for the next coming crypto craze. Get access to that. Also, we have free newsletter, get crypto market updates right to your inbox, all free right there. And then you can join our Discord, get access to the crypto signals. So let's keep going on with this article from the New York Fed. Each participant operated its own version of the ledger rather than having the participants act as nodes on a single distributed ledger. So just as like David Schwartz was saying before, all these central banks, these countries are going to build their own walled gardens at first. And then there'll be an easy button that they can press to put the walls down. And that's where XRP comes in, right? So that's kind of what they're saying here in a more complex sense. They're saying that they operated their own private versions of the ledger, of their ledgers, and instead of using one single shared public system between them all. And then the participants were able to settle both sides of transactions simultaneously, finding a massive speed boost compared to the current system. While the report detailed some of the technical aspects of the test, it used an undisclosed permission blockchain network and was written in the Rust programming language. It did not provide many details about how the simulation was conducted or how they confirmed transaction settlements. They are not letting us know what permission blockchain network it was, but I think if we do a little bit of digging, we'll be able to find out. The first phase saw each participant run a homogeneous ledger, but future tests will see participants running different networks to test for cross-chain compatibility. I believe that's something that Flare's aiming to do, is building that cross-chain interoperability. So let's just look at that real quick. And it's exactly what they're doing. So they're planning on testing it soon, this next phase of Project Cedar. So that future tests will participants running different networks to test cross-chain compatibility. Flare hasn't launched yet. It's going to launch very soon here. And it's a new blockchain which presents developers with a simple and coherent stack for decentralized interoperability, cross-chain compatibility, right? So this is it. Build for multiple ecosystems with a single deployment. Build interoperable dApps on Flare or using Flare for trustless access to the value, information, liquidity of multiple chains. It's what they're doing here. So the future's bright for us. That's for sure. And what they said about from days to 10 seconds, what other cryptocurrency company for over 10 years now or 10 years now has been building the solution that they are kind of insinuating? Settlements in seconds, not days. Cross-border payments. Expand your reach and accelerate your payments business. Deliver real-time global payments without tying up capital in destination markets. Our proven technology and global network enable remittances, SME payouts, disbursements, and treasury flows that are faster, more reliable, and more affordable for organizations and their customers. Why industry leaders choose our cross-border payment solution: free up working capital, offer lower cost payments with pre-negotiated foreign exchange and payout fees, provided customers with competitive last mile payment rates, enable faster payments, expand into new markets. Right there. So you have how Ripple's cross-border solution payments work. So say this is like the New York Fed, the sending institution, sending the dollars. Then on the back end of these systems, the interoperability factor in this foreign exchange conversion, you got XRP to the Philippine peso, I think it is. And that's the Filipino central bank right there. And all on the back end within seconds, it is converted from one central bank digital currency to another central bank digital currency via XRP. And then bam, now that institution can deliver the payment to whoever the beneficiaries are at lightning fast speed. That what they outlined in Project Cedar is exactly what Ripple's been building for years now. Project Cedar is the inaugural project of the New York Innovation Center. It is a multi-phase research effort to develop a technical framework for a theoretical wholesale central bank digital currency in the Federal Reserve context. In phase 1 of Project Cedar, a prototype for a wholesale central bank digital currency was developed to demonstrate the potential of blockchain to improve the speed, cost, and access to the critical element of the wholesale cross-border payments market, a foreign exchange spot transaction. And just for the cherry on top, I know we all seen it a million times now, but you got to pull it up because it's really the cherry on top here. Central Bank Digital Currency Policymaker Toolkit, November 20th, 2021. I think I just saw the date, but this is January 2020. And if we scroll all the way down here, we can see that XRP is labeled as the most relevant for wholesale CBDC and crypto assets designed for intra-bank payments and settlements for wholesale CBDCs. Examples, JPM coin, but who wants to use that when JP Morgan has been on record of manipulation? Also, it's like a US based, in a sense, institution, whereas Ripple's and XRP and the native technology to that and what they've been working on for 10 years now has been to build a global level the playing field via XRP as a third party neutral asset. It's right there. And now let's keep going because we got more huge news. Sources tell Newsmax that former President Donald Trump is planning to announce a 2024 presidential bid on November 14th. Boy, things are getting interesting. Let's hear this.
Following breaking news this hour, sources telling Newsmax that former President Donald Trump is making plans to announce a 2024 presidential campaign on November 14th. This according to several sources right now within his inner circle.
Trump and his advisors have been hinting at a 2024 run over the last several weeks. Trump himself has given out a few teasers on it as well. In Iowa last night, he said he will, quote, very, very, very probably run in 2024. You know, Sean, and there was so much discussion about if he were to run, would he wait until after the midterms? It looks like from these sources that's the case.
Following breaking news this hour.
Things are getting spicy, man. Who is there going to be like an upheaval? It's going to be like 2020. What was it? 2021 when all that went down. It's smelling like the same kind of havoc is about to come again. So 1/5 of the world's population is affected by financial exclusion, the World Bank says. This is Electroneum. They're part of the Digital Pound Foundation. Electroneum can help connect people to the digital economy through digital payments. All they need is the ETN app. And it was more for that quote right there. So now let's keep going, because the Federal Reserve came out today, Federal Reserve, the Fed barking, and said that I can credibly say that the Fed has its foot on the brake, insinuating a pivot, that they're going to slow down. They see that they need to kind of cool their jets there. Then you have right here, blood moon lunar eclipse to rise on election day over the United States, the last total lunar eclipse the Earth will see for the next 3 years. So this going to happen. I think the election's in a couple days here, but so it's going to happen soon. And it's just funny because you have these riddlers, right? That the ones that these conspiracy videos that we've been doing a couple times. One of them is Mr. Poole. And back November 17, 2021, it's also weird too how Trump is going to be making his announcement on the 17th, I believe I just saw. Oh, 14, never mind. But he had tweeted November 17, 2021, the blood moon with the American flag. And then it's just weird how this from disclose.tv, that's this, like, look at how like on point that is almost a year later. So if they know anything that's going on, then they're giving us little nuggets to kind of cue into what may happen during these next few weeks here. So I thought that was kind of crazy. And now let's go to this. EU preps rule for mandatory instant payments in Europe. So the EU is preparing rules that would require banks in the Eurozone to offer instant payments in euros. So payment service providers that provide credit transfers in euros will be required to offer the service of sending and receiving IPs in euro. The requirement would cover 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Only way you can do that is with distributed ledger technology and automated secure systems like blockchain. Really. So now let's keep going. Instagram users will soon be able to mint and sell NFTs. I thought that's very interesting, and it's gonna be dope. It's really given that mainstream adoption a push, as far as like a lot of the majority of population, they don't care about central bank digital currencies, but when it comes to NFTs and you can buy and sell and trade these things on Instagram now, they go nuts for it. So it's just a way of getting crypto out there more, Web3 more. So this is great news. Meta announced today it's introducing a number of new creator updates across Instagram, Facebook. Most notably, the company revealed that creators on Instagram will soon be able to create their own NFTs, sell them directly to fans both on and off Instagram. Fire. And then you got Polygon as the first partner that Meta has chosen for this feature. I suspect Flow will be another one. I suspect Ethereum would be another one. And I believe Solana was another one that they enabled before. I know they enabled like 4 wallets: Polygon, Flow, Ethereum, Dapper Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. Maybe it wasn't Solana, but yeah, so now they're getting involved. Now, so that was Meta pins Web3 hopes on Instagram creators minting NFTs. And then we got Goldman Sachs seeks to impose order on expanding crypto universe with classification system. This was yesterday. Goldman Sachs is set to unveil a data service created with global index provider MSCI and crypto data firm Coinmetrics that seeks to classify hundreds of digital coins. And note that not thousands of digital coins, but hundreds, because there will only be hundreds of these coins when the crypto market goes mainstream. When we go to coinmarketcap.com, we see thousands, 21,000 cryptos. They're only going to index hundreds. So that's about 99% of these cryptos not even being on institutional radars. So they're just going to fizzle away naturally it's like kind of like the high level institutions, these global kind of indexing of the pricing for wealth managers, hedge funds to look at when getting into the crypto market. They're not looking at things on page 10 on CoinMarketCap. No, they're only going to have a couple hundred of the best coins in different kind of subsectors of the crypto space, supply chain, cross-border payments, also like store of value or smart contract platforms. They're going to get the best of each of the segment, metaverse, NFTs, best of the best of each segment. And those are going to be the ones that are going to fight to see who's going to take most of the pie. Anything that's not listed, I would say, on this global index or crypto universe with classification system, Goldman Sachs, anything that's not listed on that, I'd expect will fizzle out. So I'm going to be very interested to see what makes it on this list. Even like the users can tap the data feed to help with analysis and research, as well as benchmarking performance, managing portfolios, or creating investment products based on sectors like DeFi, metaverse, smart contract platforms, or value transfer coins. XRP is a value transfer coin. So yeah, this is great news. It's really solidifying digital assets to be a legitimate asset class. They're gearing up. It's the first of its kind that they said. So let's keep going. All right, now we got, maybe I shouldn't have sold my Algorand, Bank of Italy. This was yesterday. And you have Bank d'Italia, Eurosistema, infrastructure. And then you can see in their document, 63 pages, and you can see that he was viewing it on Thursday, November 3rd. So yesterday, Algorand, the DLT network that they'd be utilizing. Algorand right here for the DLT network, seller node, buyer node, payment system, target services, tips. It's right there. I mean, you can't argue with that. Algorand's definitely in the game. We all know ISO 222 will ultimately prevail over everything else. And you can see it's written in stone right there in the documents. Fidelity, dude, there's so much huge news over just the past couple of days. Like, these are all huge things, like big adoption stuff. And crypto is so depressed as far as the prices goes. It's just such a steal. Seeing the fundamental news that are being announced right now while the technicals are down in the dumps, there's going to be a rebalancing, and I think it's coming soon. Fidelity launching commission-free crypto trading for retail investors now. So one of the largest brokerages in the world has officially begun its brand new cryptocurrency trading product. Fidelity Investments is launching commission-free crypto trading for its retail investors. $9.9 trillion asset manager Fidelity launches commission-free crypto trading for retail investors. Now we got Fidelity, BlackRock. Who's next? The investment brokerage handles upwards of 9.9 trillion assets, and it has announced a wait list for its new cryptocurrency service. I'm definitely going to get on that. Fidelity Retail Crypto Service wait list. I'm going to definitely get on that wait list. And then we got this right here. In the Colombian Andes, figuring out how crypto can save the climate. Earnest Eco crypto nerds at a 3-day retreat attempted to resolve interoperability among crypto climate projects. So climate, crypto, it's going to be, and just like transitioning from the way that we do finance now to sustainable finance is what they're calling it. ESG is what they're calling it. We can see that is taking shape. The narrative is being built. And you can see that at the end of September, a group of crypto climate nerds descended on Colombia's mountainous rainforest to discuss how they can work together to save the planet. And down here, the event was organized by the Blockchain Infrastructure Carbon Offsetting Working Group. That's going to deserve a deep dive for sure later on, another video. But they aim to support crypto projects with a climate focus. Members of the working group were at a retreat, including representatives of event sponsor. Okay, so also present among the diverse 50-odd participants were representatives from major layer ones, including Solana, Filecoin, Ripple, Hedera Hashgraph, the Global Blockchain Business Council, Industry Association, Vera, and a number of different crypto climate projects, big and small, old and new. There was even Chinese Internet of Things firms. So we can see that narrative is being built, and ultimately that will be the transition. Then we have the UK will hold inquiry to explore NFT regulations. So we're seeing that regulations are moving ahead still, which is good. Wells Fargo says the Treasury, let me get out of this one. The Treasury buyback program is coming January 1st, 2023. And it's just weird because that's like the go launch date as well too for Basel III, the Basel III requirements for banks and how like the capital requirements for them. And so the Treasury buyback program. So that definitely needs to be looked into a little more because that's kind of vague. So let's see what they're talking about. Wells Fargo and Company authorizes a buyback plan. So maybe they're talking about their own company stock. Now, this is January 23rd, 2018. Momentum builds for creating a treasury bond buyback program. So the long simmering idea that the U.S. government should stand ready to buy back treasury securities from investors to improve market functioning is moving closer to reality. This will pump the markets if this is the case. So if January 1st is the go live date for that, 2023, nothing was the same. While the Treasury Department has carried out buybacks in the past, most recently between 2000 and 2002, its industry advisors since then have urged it to consider establishing a program. Liquidity metrics for the U.S. government debt markets are approaching crisis levels after a year of steep losses for bonds. So this is what we're talking about, a bond implosion, system freeze, on-demand liquidity to save the day, XRP. This could all play a role. Hopefully, they're able to stop or just implement this, on the back end before and having to have a crisis situation like this. But who knows? I mean, who knows at this point? So this was interesting too. And given that Donald Trump had announced today that in November 14th, he was going to announce his running, Johnny Depp says something surprising. If Donald Trump is elected president of the United States in a kind of historical way, it's exciting because we'll actually see the last president of the United States. It just won't work after that. So let's hear it.
Because we will see the actual president of the United States.
All right, so let's keep going. The economic dominance of the US and Europe gets more challengers. So far, the alliance known as BRICS hasn't been greater than the sum of its parts, but it's taking steps to increase its power. The new sheriff in town, or at least a new applicant. The 5 countries that have banded together to form a partnership called BRICS want to overthrow the global economic and political order that has long been shaped by Europe and the United States. That's potentially earth-shattering. So far, though, not much earth has been shattered. The acronym BRIC was coined in 2001 by a banker at the investment firm Goldman Sachs, who saw Brazil, Russia, India, and China as emerging titans on the world stage. And yeah, so there we go. And now you're having like Egypt, Iran, Turkey, Argentina want to join. So many other, Saudi Arabia want to join as well too. They're gaining momentum, I'm telling you. Now let's go to this. So in alignment with Swift's revised ISO 222 implementation date, Payments Canada will move forward with deployment of the technology needed to support Linux Release 2 in November 2022, but will postpone the activation of the technology until March 2023. We have this much time left, this much. So get prepared, I'm telling you. Update on implementation timing of Linux Release 2. This is what we just kind of covered there. And then we got this right here. I think this is the same thing. Yep, same thing. And then this is the CFTC commissioner saying the US needs to put in the work and have better crypto regulations. And that is very true. Now let's keep going. JP Morgan trade on public blockchain, monumental step for DeFi. We had covered this news a couple days ago. And let's go to this. So we got Flare Network gives blockchain a boost with groundbreaking protocol running on Google Cloud. Flare, not even launched yet. Partnerships with Google Cloud, groundbreaking protocol. They're gearing up. They're ready for it. They're ready to go mainstream right off the gate. That's why it's taking long to get the airdrop, but that's all good. It's free. So we just be patient. We let them figure out their stuff, and it's coming soon. You can feel it. Then you have this here. Banque de France participates in a new wholesale central bank digital currency experiment with BIS Innovation Hub. Banque de France, yeah, right there. Yep, so we covered this yesterday as well too. And then this was interesting. So Takeoff, he died 2 days ago. Tributes to Migos rapper shot dead in Houston at 28. And one of those crypto conspiracy riddlers, like the OG one, Bearable Guy, 5 years ago, had put in a Reddit forum a picture of this guy, Takeoff, and had said this like ominous message, "You watching?" Now 5 years later, same kind of time frame of November. I think he had posted this in November of 5 years ago, and now we're seeing the events happen. It's just so weird. Life is so weird. Sweden, the first mover, central bank and beyond. We got the Riksbank, the oldest central bank here. 1668, crazy. But they are Sweden's, the e-krona is the first digital currency to hit the market with the backing of a major economy. About 80% of central banks around the world are also conducting pilot tests. And then this is Ant1. More and more banks will use the system, RippleNet using XRP. Let's hear it.
There is a lot of news happening today. Lloyds Bank in London, the world's oldest bank, just launched a digital currency. That's happening all around in case you haven't known. We scroll down here. They're working on a lot of tests for interoperability. Interoperability, that's a Ripple word, an XRP Ripple word, across international borders. Think of a crypto that has been working with banks for like only 10 years. Along with Lloyd's, you've got Bank of Mellon that's helping them, Ripple partner. Household Savings Bank, Ripple partner. Banco Santander, that's a Ripple partner, okay? Think they're going to use another crypto? Think not. And what is this company doing? They're using a shared public distributed ledger technology. DLT is XRP. Crypto Hulk, YouTube, 7 p.m. Pacific live stream.
Love it, love it. It's right there, right in our face, man, right in our face. Project Cedar, New York Fed launches effort to design wholesale central bank digital currency. We had already gone over that. And then there was this video to end this off. I don't know if anybody's seen on Netflix the series show The Blacklist. I've never watched it before, but I do remember years ago coming across a video on Twitter that had said back in 2014, this episode was featured on the first season, episode 11, and back in January 2014, right? And it's impressive to see Ripple already used as a Bitcoin converter in this episode. So like 2014, super long time ago, like Mt. Gox was still operating. It didn't crash yet. Like everything, like Ripple had just kind of came out. And then this was kind of floated out in one of these mainstream kind of TV series. So let's hear it, because there's always these breadcrumbs thrown years in advance, and then it ends up kind of coming to light and coming together that way. So let's hear it.
It's untraceable. The Ripple exchange to have the fiat currency converted to eCash and then into Bitcoin. I ran the whole transaction through a randomized cryptographic extension at the protocol level, then through a 2-tier secure laundry service I know I can trust.
So what I'm going to do is, there's no closed captions on that, but let me see if I can turn this up and we'll hear that again.
It's untraceable. Like you asked.
Explain.
I used a Ripple exchange to have the fiat currency converted to eCash and then into Bitcoin. I ran the whole transaction through a randomized cryptographic extension at the protocol level, then through a 2-tier secure laundry service I know I can trust. No one's gonna catch you.
8 years ago, right there. So using Ripple exchange as a way to convert the fiat currency, the e-currency, to Bitcoin using cryptograph. It's right there, man. That's it for the newsletter. That's the Rapid Round Fire Friday wrap up. And things are getting interesting, that's for sure. So if you haven't already, join the Discord. Link will be in the bio. We'd love to see you there. And also as well, stargate-ventures.com. Get your free crypto masterclass accelerator. We have this much time left to get prepared. If you don't feel prepared, get the education going, get up to speed on what has happened, where we're at now and where we're about to be. We're this close. So get it now. And it's 13 videos. Just get it done over the weekend, maybe. And then you'll feel good going into next week, knowing that, all right, you have a good sense of what's going on. Now you're able to start the steps to be able to position yourself to execute on it. So I will see you guys in the Discord and hope you guys have a good weekend.